Hello everyone and welcome to me wildly speculating about a game that many of you are probably now hyped for, Space Marine 2. I want to look at what the developers of the game, Saber Interactive, have put out before and see what that might mean for Space Marine 2. Saber Interactive has published, most notably, World War Z, yeah, I'm British, and its expansion, Aftermath. They also have an upcoming title, Evil Dead: The Game. I think it's clear to say that they have been working on their primary tech, a Horde engine and Horde-based gameplay, and throughout the years they've certainly upgraded how things look since World War Z. Okay, it's World War Z, I'm sorry, I'm just trolling it, right. World War Z, Z, whatever. Co-op will most likely be 3 players this time due to, Space Marine, and this will probably be the majority of the game. Online co-op with friends. Certainly that's where World War Z shined. But also, if a game is only good when played with friends, that kind of doesn't mean anything because most games are good when played with friends. Let's be honest, there will be a cash shop, but there will also be an in-game upgrade system as we can see from their other games. Random stab in the dark here, there will be both a long-term character progression unlock tree and a single game upgrade tree. If we're lucky and it's done right, the only thing we'll be able to spend real money on will be cosmetics. But something tells me there will be an XP booster and such in there too. I think the industry is wise enough at this point to not make fully paid games have cosmetics attached to better stats as well. Although, unfortunately, that only really holds true in multiplayer games after the absolute debacle of a situation known from EA and their release of Star Wars Battlefront 2. In single-player games, and especially with a crowd of 40k players that are readily conditioned to open their wallets without thinking, do I really want to bet that they won't tie their Black Templar skin to a chainsaw damage boost or their Imperial Fist skin to an armor boost? No, I will not be putting money on that bet. PvP seems unlikely. I don't think any Horde shooter has done that in the sense of, for example, 2 teams of Space Marines going through the same level or approaching the same level from different sides. It hasn't been received well enough, if it has been done well, to be included in the mainstream. Chances are the extent of PvP here will be a leaderboard. Now, why won't they give us an arena PvP where we fight between our Space Marines like they did in Space Marine 1? I will be surprised if they do, as honestly the mechanics for a Horde shooter don't really lend themselves brilliantly to tight PvP controls. But it's 2021, anything's possible. Maybe they are just going to copy-paste Space Marine 1 but upgrade the graphics. I'm going to be honest, I never really got on with the PvP arena from Space Marine 1, but hey, it's a bit of fun, and I suppose if they felt like it was easy enough to include in the game without much additional resources put towards it, they'd include it. But it's going to be just a bit of fun. It's not going to be anything serious that's going to hold attention for too long. Looking at Evil Dead: The Game, it appears that the company is fully aware that players can play on both sides of the good-bad divide. So it's possible that we might just get what we should get, which is players being able to take on some sort of role as a tyrannid big bug. I don't know if that has ever truly been successfully implemented in a game, despite how many people are now about to start typing how it worked great in X, and they have fond memories of it. The gaming landscape is different now in 2021, 2022 when it releases. Also, it was something they chose to ignore, that's Saber Interactive, chose to ignore for World War Z. They could have put boss zombies in that game, much like Left 4 Dead did, but they chose not to. Although, on the flip side, they can't not put boss bugs in Space Marine 2. They have to be there. And once you've done that, it's really not too crazy to say that they will make them playable. A main complaint we hear for World War Z is that the story sucks. Arguably, yes, the story to a horde-based shooter doesn't need to be world-class for the game to be good. You've got me there. And let's be honest, the stories in previous Warhammer games haven't exactly been stellar examples of the genre. But I think it's safe to say that if you want Space Marine dude bros walking away from explosions without looking, then they will probably be doing that. I think we might get a sprinkling of discussion about the Codex Astartes even. And I think that Captain Titus is going to be the ultra-religious zealot in this game, and that's going to be super confusing, what with GW's recent anti-Nazi thing. Now, how do you handle a close combat horde shooter? Saber Interactive hasn't done one before. In fact, not many have done one successfully. Of course, it's Vermintide and such, but a close combat horde game has different mechanics to World War Z, which was a shooter of a horde game. Is it just going to be straight hack and slash like Space Marine 1 was? Can it be anything else? I mean, not really in a horde game, and it can feel great, but the problem comes when trying to make that same combat system work in a more one-on-one scenario against a Tyranid warrior, for example. Some sort of horde hack and slash that can turn into a targeted Assassin's Creed lock-on style reaction system, that could be very ideal as long as there's a system in there to accidentally be locked on and still deal with the small gribbly guys. That could work. Finally, this is published by Focus Interactive. They're one of those mid-level publishers that I actually really like, and they tend to put out very acceptable games. Their games don't go massive and huge AAA blockbusters, they're considered just AA. How is that a rating system? I don't know. Because they don't have some huge Blizzard, EA, whatever PR budget, but you do get solid games and the occasional cult classic. Hopefully the inbuilt love of the Warhammer 40,000 IP will make this a success for them and make them want to push out more Space Marine games from Saber Interactive. Anyway everyone, this has been Glass Half Dead, or, depending on where you're watching this, Endgame Sata, because who knows where I'm publishing this video, because hey, I do have a games channel, which I never post on, but this is games, so maybe I'll post this there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had a good day and continue to have a good day. Space Marine 2 hype.